All right. Kia ora whanau. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going about how to set up, prepare a file for our CNC plasma in order to cut out our seat plate. Our seat plate is all we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the collar with the eye, and I'm going to turn off the construction, get rid of that line up there, and then home it so we can see. So at the moment we're in our design workspace. We're going to be moving to our manufacturer workspace. Go here. Now the first thing that I want to sort of just overview is this is what our what we want to happen after manufacture. Now what we start with is like a square piece of steel, and we need to cut this round out of it. We're not going to be cutting these circles. Cutting on the plasma cutter with small circles, they don't have a great finish, so we're going to be drilling those using a pedestal drill, and we're going to do that manually. So all we're doing is we're setting up and to cut out this circle. So what we have to do first is we're going to be looking at up here. So we've got different tabs up here. So the tab that we want to that we're concerned with using the plasma cutter is this fabrication tab here. The first thing that we need to do is we need to set up our what we're going to be doing. All right, so this here is this little light color here. This is representative of the square piece of steel that we're going to be cutting the plate, the circular plate out of. You can see here in the middle there's our X, Y, and Z axes, and they correspond to our view cube in here. Typically when we are setting up, doing a setup, we want to make sure that our zero, so this is classed as our zero, is in this bottom left hand corner and on the top. This defines our starting point, and this is important for when we're actually on the CNC plasma. The stock, so this is this material out here, so this is this square. This tab up here is where we access this. Now the side offset defines how much extra material from our circle that we have. So for example, if I put 5 mil, you can see that it has grown 5 mil on all sides. Top offset is the same, but it adds material on the top. For us, we want it to be 0 because we've already set the material that we need. And then we go OK. So this here is our setup finished. And now what we need to do is we need to define where we want to cut. So we do that by going up to this tool over here, and this is called a 2D profile. A plasma cutter only cuts in 2 dimensions. And so what we want to do first is this, in this window in here, we want to select our tool. So we go and select our tool. We've got our tool menu up, and in our cloud option in here we want to select the plasma cutter, and these are some preset tools with settings already attached to them. So in here we're going to be using 3mm steel. So we select the standard nozzle 3mm, and you can see here we've got our speed settings down here. So it's our feed rate, and we've got our pierce time. So this is how long the plasma cutter turns on to pierce through 3 mils worth of steel. So it's 0.2 seconds, and it's important that we remember that for later. So we go 0.2. So we, once we've selected that, we go select, and then we just move through these tabs here. The geometry tab that defines where we're cutting, so the contour that we're cutting, and so what we do is we just select that top edge. And if we have a look, you will see this red arrow here, and that there states that it's going to be traveling in this direction on the outside of this line. If I select that red arrow, you can see it's changed to the inside of the line. and we don't want it to cut on the inside of the line, we want it to cut onto the outside of the line. So that there on the left hand side of the line and going in this direction is the correct way. We don't need to worry about heights, so we're going to skip that tab, but we want to look at passes. Now before we do that, I'm just going to go OK so we can have a look at what that looks like. So this green area here, that's our stock. This circular bit is the plate that we're cutting out. This line here is where the plasma cutter starts. It comes in and around, and then it comes out here. Now it does that because it needs to blow through this material, and if it's any closer to this, it may affect our part. So we want it to the plasma cutter to blow through the material away from our part so it doesn't get damaged. So that's our starting point. Once we've done that and we want to make more changes, we go over here and we put our mouse over the little icon, and we can double click it, and then we want to go to passes. So what we want to focus on here is our finishing overlap. Now what a finishing overlap does is it designates how far our plasma cutter cuts past where we first started. So for example, I'm going to put in 3 mil in here. I'm going to press OK. And we can see here that this is our finishing point. When we looked at it earlier, it finished here. So it's actually traveling past where we started 3 mil and then exiting. Now the reason why we do that is so that we get a nice finish in this join, because otherwise we might get a little out bit in here, which would then have to grind off. So go back into our settings again. So we've got our 3 mil. We don't want to leave any stock. This here, all right, this is our lead in and lead out. So if we hover over that, that designates the angle in which we approach our part. So here, when we press OK, this angle here is our 60-degree lead in. It's a nice lead in, and you don't have too much of a rough edge to the approach of the edge of the part. It comes around and then it leaves as well on a 60-degree angle. So we're going to keep those settings. There are certain circumstances that you might want to change it. And piercing clearance, we need 1.4. And this here, the preferred lead-in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a corner, go OK, and that changes the position of where we're at. Now I do that because there's more material in there, and if we're dealing with this rectangle, it means that there's more place to pierce. So there might be certain situations in where you want to place your piercing point or your start point. And there we are good to go. Go OK. Right. So what we want to do from here is we want to simulate, and a simulation allows us to pick up any errors that we might have not have determined in setting up the toolpath. So what we can do is we can press play, and it will show us how the machine is cutting. And I can turn the tool off so you can have a look. See, it goes past 3 mil and then out. You can turn your stock on and you can play with your different types of materials, and it will give you different looks. Once you're happy with the simulation and it's cutting out the material that you need to, what we need to do is post-process it. So what we do is we go up to this tool up here next to the simulation, and it says post-process. We want to click on that. In here, we want to use our machine configuration. We want to click on the Swifty Plasma, select, and then it will bring up our post processor. If you're not using machine configuration, what you need to do is you need to choose from library, in search, we want to look for Mac 3 and then the Plasma, and we can select that. And then what we need to do is we give it a file name. So 1001 is great. 1001 allows you to be able to define 1, 2, 3, 4, depending if you have multiple files. Comment, and then I'm just going to put Mike G for my name. Over on the right hand side, under configuration, you want to use the Z-axis. Now pierce delay is 0.2, and that was defined in the name of our tool. And I'll just show you where it is. So if we go into the tool, we go into plasma cutter, 3mm, 0.2 pierce. So now I just have to go back to doing this, like G, 0.2, make sure the Z-axis is selected, pierce height, we're going to use 10, built-in, we want to make that 1000, and then we need to choose a output folder, and I'm going to choose the desktop. We need to check our operations, make sure the 2D profile is selected. Sometimes if we have more, we might need to select more, but in this case it's just the one. So we've selected our post, we've named it correctly, 001, with your name on it. We've used the Z-axis, pierce height at 10, 0.2 pierce delay for this material, which is 3mm, but if you're using a different material, then it would be a different delay. You've chosen your output folder, and you have also changed your high feed rate. So once you've done that, we go post, and then that will be now outputted to the location that you chose. Now, once we've done that, there's one more step before getting onto the plasma cutter, and that will be in our next video.